But he says, in here that the difference is that, the spell doesn't still insta kill like later game enemies, right? It
Right.
actually does fall off. Whereas bots, he says, are just good like always. They're just always so good that
Right.
like
And
there is
continue
no
to get
fall
better
off.
as you progress.
Yeah. Yeah, in fact they get better as you progress. Um, and then mention something here like also with bots in game making extensions of Factorio feels useless. For example, the extension where you would expand to other planets start there over, and once you achieve the rocket there, you would combine the production of two planets somehow. But if starting on another planet just means playing with bots from the start, means plopping a few cells of what you need and making a few miners, I don't see the point.
Hey guys, so I was just watching Exterminators Friday Factorio video, and I got the hankering to play. So I have played a Factorio before, and it's been a little while since I've played. I actually had to update my game. It took a while, so it's been several updates since I've played. I know there's been a few changes to the game, probably since the last time I played. I know that there's some map options that are a little bit different. I think there's artillery wagons now, a few other changes. And so I thought, you know what? I'm going to play Factorio and I'm going to stream it. So I've had a I follow a few YouTubers and Twitch folks, streamers that play Factorio, and I really dig some of the mega base style builds, and I've always had this little idea of how I would do a mega base, and I'll I thought, well, why don't we give it a shot? So what I'm going to do here is start playing my own mega base. So I think for this first stream, we're going to just try to get through creating the world, and then just kind of getting started on our starter base a little bit. I don't know how far we'll progress before the end of this stream. But my plan is, probably stream 2 or 3 days a week, maybe 2 to 3 hours at a time. That might be a little optimistic, but we'll give it a shot here at first and see how it goes. Um, and long-term goal, we'll see if we can get there. 5,000, I think they're called science packs now. So 5 rockets per minute, I guess, is going to be our goal. Probably be tough to get there. I don't know if we'll ever get to that point, but every journey starts with one step, and this is step one of the journey. So let's go ahead and get into generating the map for our game. So we are going to start a new game, and work on some of the settings. So I believe that we want Rail World, because it's kind of mega base style where you have to build a lot of outposts. The resources tend to be kind of far apart, so you have to build a large train network to move your resources and your products from one part of your factory to another. But we're also going to toy around a little bit with some of the resource settings. So I know that some of the size and etc. things we want to manipulate a little bit. I don't want to get to the point where I'm doing nothing but creating outposts. That just won't be a lot of fun if we're constantly having to put miners and new outposts out for mining and smelting ore. So I think we're going to kind of manipulate some of these to ease some of that resource. And so I think Real World does it for you a little bit, but we're going to manipulate these a little bit more. So I like where all of the iron, copper, stone, and coal settings are. Very low is fine. I'm fine with uranium being low, and I'm fine with crude oil frequency being low. Now, size-wise, I think I want to make my iron and copper very big, so that we can have, when we do have to go outposting, we have very large patches of iron and copper that we can mine. Stone, coal, I think we're going to be okay with just big on those guys, and the same with uranium and the crude oil. Richness, very similar to size. Like, we're going to make our iron and copper very good on the rich side. This will give us lots of resources per tile, I believe, and that will help us again not have to generate tons and tons of resources, outposts. So I think I'm happy with these settings. Terrain settings, water, very low water in the starting area. That's interesting. Hopefully we'll have some. I'm assuming it will have some. I'm happy with all of this stuff. Now here's the biggie. I know cliffs are new, and I know that everybody enjoys that aspect, but they're really nothing but walls. I've watched a few guys play them, and they literally treat them like they're not even there. They'll just put an underground belt on each side. I'm going to eliminate anything that's just an annoyance that is part of the game but really doesn't impact it except for visually in a good way, and that's cliffs. Now I do think they look great. There is this almost 3D effect to them that you can kind of trick your mind into thinking that, you know, one part of the land's high and another part's low, and the way they look. We're going to have them on very low, and we're going to have them on none. So we should not have any cliffs. So we'll see how that goes. Now, the other thing. I know that biters and spitters and worms are part of the game. However, if I have to spend 5 hours a week clearing out enemy bases, I'm not going to continue to play this game. So what we're going to do is we're going to turn them off. Basically, I'm not going to fool with biters. If you've watched any episode, here's my thing about biters. They are not difficult to deal with. Basically, whether you use turret creep, whether you surround your base with turrets, whether you grab a tank, whether you make a bunch of nukes to go out and clear them out, they're not hard to deal with. They're just an annoyance. If they created true challenge to the game, I would be much more likely to incorporate them into this playthrough. But really, for my purposes, they're not going to necessarily provide a good aspect to playing the game the way that I want to play it here. So what we're going to do is we're just going to drop it. So let's take just another look here at, I'm fine with all these being medium, none on the enemy bases, none on the cliffs. Starting area is medium is fine. Water, we're just going to put water on medium too. I don't think this is going to have a impact significantly one way or the other. Alright, and then advanced settings. I don't necessarily think that we need to fool with any of this. So pollution's fine that it's enabled. It's not going to impact us in enemy expansion. Recipe difficulty's all on normal with technology So I think we're good here because all of this stuff is going to impact spiders, which we are not going to have to deal with. All right, so let's head back here to our basic settings. Just make sure that we have everything the way that we like it. Rail World, custom settings. We're happy with everything that's going on here. So one thing that's cool that I have not seen before is that when I've never actually used this button, even the first time I've ever used it. So we can generate a preview of our map. So we will generate a quick and dirty preview, and it looks like it shows us resources, and we can kind of move around the map a little bit. So early on, it looks like big patch stone, big patch copper, big patch iron. Not sure what all this is. This oil? I can't. No, I guess oil is these little guys. Boy, that's a problem with this earlier map. If this is our starting area, our closest oil is here, and it's not a lot. And we do have a big patch down here. It looks like it gets bigger and bigger as we go out. But yeah, not a fan. Let's regenerate and see what we get this time. Okay, so we're in a desert. Trees could be a problem. So where's our stone? Like I'm guessing that the map generates the center being your starting area, and well, not a huge fan at all here. It's weird because it's not really pulling the patches in as well as I would like. Let's generate another one. Okay, there's a lot of things I like about this map. We've got, you know, decent amount of iron, copper, looks like coal. For our early game stuff, this should be enough. I don't know about stone. I guess that's a stone patch. The problem is that's not a ton of stone. And our next closest would be this guy, maybe. We do have another big bunch of coal here, it looks like. But what I do like about this map is right here, and that's a big oil field right there with one here and one here. And ooh, look at this out here. Holy smokes. Okay, so oil, really nice. The water generation is a little bit lower than I would like for it to be. So I'll tell you what, let's go back in here and change water. And let's put water on low and medium. Let's see what that gives us. It still doesn't seem to. Ooh, look how close that oil is. Wow, water. We're just not getting very much water at all, are we? Wow, look at these iron patches. Coals. Look at this stone, I guess. This has a lot of potential. This copper. Not a ton of coal nearby. I guess this is coal. It's kind of hard to tell what's going on with this map. Okay, big uranium there. A couple of small ones here. Oil, but actually beyond that, there's not a ton of oil nearby. So really, once we have tapped these guys out, which will take a while, I'll grant you, we're gonna have to really do some hunting for oil. Let's do a couple more here and just see. Again, not super impressed with the amount of water. All right, we're gonna make the water big, and let's generate. Ah, this is much better. Boy, now it goes from just a lot to, what if we go very low and generate a preview with bigger. Ah, this is better. Boy, it still feels like water generation's just really out of whack. Because what I like is low, but alright, I guess we're going to have to just deal with it. So surprisingly, some nearby moderate amounts of oil, pretty good sized chunk there, another good sized chunk there. Decent amounts of iron, copper, really big copper patch there, really big copper patch there, massive iron there. Not bad. Let's hit a couple more and just see what we've got going on here. And oh wow, look at this oil. So, and a lot right here in the starting area. So that would be convenient to not even have to really do too much work to get oil. A lot of copper, iron relatively close by, you know, for starting base purposes. But I still want to generate a couple more maps. Just we'll find one that just really suits our eye, and be good to go. So this is good. A nice big patch, relatively close. Some relatively easy to get to iron. I like that this is close, but it's not like right there. You know, we're gonna have to traverse over, do some work to get to it. Again, water is an issue. I just don't like. Okay, this is okay. This is better over in this area. I wish the whole map kind of looked like this. Because just this small patch of water in our starting area, whew, boy, it's going to be tough to kind of route stuff around there, isn't it? Let's continue to. Okay, that's a little bit bigger water with a fair amount over in this area. So here, this is feeling better. I hate resources that spawn around water though, because they're kind of tough to deal with, and you're constantly you know, you need that land. So you either have to leave the resources there, kind of sacrifice being able to use it. No, I can tell you that right now. Good oil, a couple of big iron patches. The problem is that we don't have any stone. It doesn't look like this tiny little patch right here. So let's just kind of keep going around here. Oh, got this saying the wrong thing on the stream. My bad. So let's hit up some Factorio. And Let's see what, I hate this again. Let's hit another one. Nope. I need a little bit more water than that. That's just a ridiculously small amount of water. So again, a ton of stone happening in the area. You know, can we do this? Oh, whoops, I didn't mean to do that. You know what? We messed up. This will be our starting. This will be our base. We'll have to just deal with it. Oh gosh, I gotta remember what's going on here. Alright, so let's mine this stuff up first. And we'll do that. And that. And I think we also want to... there we go. Man, I haven't played this in a while. Alright, make a couple of these guys. And now let's go over here and grab a few trees. Feels like every game that you play anymore, you start off by chopping wood. Alright, let's head back over here. I don't see... Okay, there's coal. Boy, the resources look a lot different than they used to. Let's see. So, if I remember right, and grab this, and one of these... Oh, I thought there was a way. Oh gosh, I gotta... How do I access this? Okay. How do I grab half of this? Okay, I did something right. Okay, and there we go. Alright, so that's gonna mine that up, that's gonna cook it up. And then I think we'll grab a few of these stone, right? So that should give us a fair amount. I've been playing Ark, Survival Evolved lately, and I'm wanting to use a lot of hotkeys for that game in this game, so that's fun. And we really want to get some coal going soon. Let's grab some coal. So, for now, I'm not looking to be a super efficient where every single little item that I create is perfectly optimized to generate exactly a set amount. For now, I think our goal is going to be just to, work towards kind of relearning the game a little bit. Like I said, it's been a little while since I've actually played it seriously, and to be honest with you, despite having done a few things with the game before, I've never actually made it to the end. So let's start off by making some of those guys and some of those guys. And gosh, this is what I'm struggling with the most, is how do I get rid of my inventory? There we go. Okay. Alright, so we're going to put that guy there. And as a matter of fact, we're going to put both of these guys here. Alright, and then somewhere I've got coal. And, oops, let's do that. And then, I forget how you split. Oh, is it right click? Maybe it's right click. It is. Okay. So let's grab a few more. Oops. Nope, nope, don't need you. Okay. Alright, so let's make a few more of these guys. I'd like to get enough for one more, and then we should be able to get our little feeding itself coal thing going. You know, I'm actually looking here. This is not a ton of coal to start with, so I'm a little bit concerned about... Alright, if I remember right, I can dig up one coal and feed it into this guy, and then this should essentially work forever, right? Alright, so we've got a fair amount of stone here. And, oh, where'd I get all that coal from? You get coal out of these guys too? Wow, that was pretty cool. Let's go see if we get any out of this one. Oh, there's more stone. Oh, that was cool though. The textures of the game have improved significantly. These rocks are much better looking than they used to be, although it's sometimes hard to tell which rocks you can mine and which you can't, because this guy right here, I would swear that I could grab. Alright, so let's just go ahead and make all of those, and we'll go ahead and make 3 more burners, and we're going to get a couple of burners on stone right away. If they ever make. Because we're going to want to get smelters, right? We're going to want to start up a smelting line, and of course we've got to start working on some power, etc., etc. So if I put you there and you there, and I think, do I have, yeah, oh, iron chest. Well, that's fine. It's a bit of a waste, but and then there, like something like that. Okay, and then let's go ahead and put another one of you guys and you, and let's go here. Oh, I messed up. Okay, so what do we got going on here? Alright, let's go over here and clear out our coal again and just get this stuff filled up, because I know we're gonna need it. Oh man, I gotta get these hotkeys down. Oh boy, this is... I keep hitting the wrong dang buttons. Alright. Or not hitting the wrong buttons, but just kind of doing it wrong. Alright, so that's going. Alright, so let's get 2 of these guys. Do we have enough to make 2? We do. So let's go up here and get 2 of these guys started on copper. So copper. Okay, are you? No, I don't think I want you there. I want you there. 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 And let's grab... We may do a couple more on these guys. I think 6 seems like it might be a little bit more efficient. So let's... we're going to need iron. So again, early gameplay is a little scattered, especially when you haven't played for a while. What are we doing? Yeah, we're going up here to copper, and no, I was going to make 2 more of these. And Let's do one there. Let's do one there, and that should be good. Okay. So let's just grab that. And maybe four more iron guys go in here. Maybe facing this way. We could probably make them this way, right? Okay, and you. And do we have a little bit? Not gonna get very far, especially when you mess up. And I know it's dark. Hopefully it'll be day soon. And that seems like a start. Okay, so now I think we're ready to actually start working a little bit on progressing our factory. So we're going to start with power, and steam engines, I think, is our option for now. So let's see. Oh, what is the ratio now? I don't even know. Trying to think, because I've watched a few videos lately. It seems like it's two engines to one boiler. Does that seem to make sense? But I don't know how many you do to one one line of water. This is gonna be fun. Trying to figure this stuff out. Probably gonna need some stone. Whoops, we're not quite ready for research. How do I just move this over? No, not you. Isn't there a way that... Yeah, there we go. Okay, jeez, man. Gosh. It's chaotic. Okay. Power, power, power. So let's do 5 more of those guys, and then we're going to need a water pump. Where are water pumps? Here. And we're gonna need a bunch of pipes, right? So where are pipes at? We need a bunch of iron, don't we? Yeah, it feels like you don't get as much like products per minute. You know, better way to say that. But alright, that should get us a few pipes. Let's start with 10 of these guys, and I don't know. That's fine. Okay, we're also going to want to make... So we have, how many boilers did I make? 5? And we might as well start making some belts. Alright. So, let's see here. I think we'll do power going up this way. Let's go ahead and get rid of this rock. You do get some coal out of the really, I guess the really big rocks you get coal out of? I don't know. Running power lines, so we can go ahead and start chopping some trees down. Alright, so let's do that. And I like to kind of leave myself some space to work with and kind of walk through. So we're going to build our power plants kind of up here. And then boilers, can I do, I feel like maybe I can do this. Is that a true statement or a false statement? I have no idea. So I'm betting that this won't work. I'm not going to get power to them. Because if we run belts, let's say that coal's coming here, right? And then we've got our burners. Sure. Do something like that, and then I guess I need some power line. It doesn't reach. Okay, so that's not gonna work. What we may have to do, I guess, is put a let's just grab these. Let's do, what if we do one of these between each one? Does this seem to make sense? I don't know. We're gonna try to make it make sense. Okay, nope. Okay, you. Okay, and then what if we ran? Okay, so that there. Well, that does work. Okay. And then this can kind of go. Alright, out to our factory, and we'll deal with all that once we're ready to. Okay. And then we're gonna need to fix these guys up. And then what I think I want them to do is be right in the middle. Just for symmetry's sake. Alright. I wonder how far these can go. It seems like I've heard 7 boilers. Or is it 14? I don't know the answer to that question. I don't know what the most efficient ratio is anymore. Well, we're going to start with that. And if it needs to be less or more, then we'll deal with it. Now, we got to get some miners. Man, we don't have a lot of coal, do we? It's going to be interesting. when the time comes. Keep running out. I'm using the wrong buttons. So, how are you guys doing? I see there's a couple of you watching. Maybe I'm a noob at this, so don't be too hard on me. Alright, so we need to get some coal into those guys. Gosh, man, I almost feel like I need a couple more guys doing coal, because it's a lot. Alright, so what else can we make here? Okay, so we need some electric miner drills. And in order to get those, we need materials. Lots of them. Can we make any now? Nope, missing copper. We should have enough copper up here to at least get started on some drills. Oh yeah. So let's make 4. Now we're probably gonna need some more belt. So let's, and we're gonna have to manually feed to get that guy started, right? So we need 4. If I remember right, it's all the resources that's in the shaded green box. So here it would be all coal, but here I might get some copper, right? So what if, oh gosh, man, I'm not a fan of this layout. What if we do 1? Let's see. Here. 1 here. Nope, that guy would get some copper. Well, we might have to do it like this for now. I don't think I have splitters and all that stuff yet, so you know what? We're just gonna have to live off 2 of these guys so that I can do this the way I want. So without splitters and the like, that's just gonna make my life too difficult. So let's do you there, you there, you there, you there, and okay. Oh gosh, man, this is gonna be ugly. Probably, I'm sure I don't have enough belts, but it's a long way to have to go. Let's just, oh yeah, look how beautiful this is gonna be. Alright, so we're going to, let's do it like right here so that, alright, so for now, and then we should be able, we start up a couple of these guys, and then, oh yeah, we don't have, jeez, poles. Well, that's actually convenient. For now, it's just gonna run, yeah, straight down here, and then 1 here and 1 here, here. I know it's ugly, but it is what it is. Okay. I have none left on me, so we should grab a couple. Okay, they're coming. Okay. Now our problem's going to be, I think, to get started, these guys really suck up the, is there a way to do just one? Okay. Alright, so we've gotten started here. We've got a little bit of power going. We've got start on coal. Coal's going to be an issue. I can just tell you right now. Coal is going to be an issue. Oh, because this guy's not feeding into this guy. Whoops. Okay, so we're looking decent here. Good. Backing up. That's good to see. Alright, now I think the next thing we want to do is start a little bit of research. In order to do that, we're going to need a lab. And we're going to need some red science packs, which take 1 copper plate and 1 iron gear wheel. So we need to manufacture an iron gear wheel, and we're going to do that after we learn how, because we don't know how yet. So we're going to need some red science packs. We're going to park this science lab right here for now. Is perfectly acceptable. And while we're making that, let's decide what we want. Okay, we really only have one option because we need to get the assembly machine. So we're going to start researching that, and then we're going to pump in those guys, and there we go. So holy crap, look at that. There are 7 sciences. So I think the last time I played there were 4, maybe 5. So science pack 2, 3, military, that seems new. Production, high tech. Production sounds familiar. I'm not sure. And then space. Yeah, I knew about space. So, all right. So while we're waiting for that to research, let's go fill up on coal again and get these guys going. And oh, let's go ahead and grab what's in there. Yeah, I do think we want to, let's just keep building those guys, because we gonna need a lot of them. And then let's see. Okay, so next up, optics gives us lights, which I'll put lights down once we get to that point. Turrets we're not really going to need because we don't, we have biters turned off. Military, not important. Stone walls, Not going to be important. This is what we want next. And let's dump these in there. And let's go ahead and make an assembly machine since we can now. And let's get that guy going. Let's cancel that and cancel that. Oh, stop. Oh, man. Let's dump those in. Alright, so the assembly machine we're going to use, what we're going to do is we need to make gears, right? Because gears are part of... Oh, actually, hold on. We need to make science pack. Okay, so we need copper plate, we need gears. So what we're going to do is we need to make another machine, assembly machine. And okay, so what's going to happen is this machine is going to make gears. What is the function? Is it alt? Yeah, so that's, we want gears. And then we're going to need to make a couple of inserters. Alright, so gears, science packs, we're going to need a couple more inserters. Let's do that. And then can we make this happen? Good. 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 I think that guy's in the wrong spot. Okay, if I did that right, I should be able to dump that. How do I just put that in there? Oh, there we go. Alright. And then that. And make this make those. So I think if I hook this up to electric. Oh, there, we can hit everything. That should work, right? Is that going the wrong? Oh, it is going the wrong way. Alright, there we go. Alright, and there we go. So now we don't have to keep making science packs. We just have to keep that chest stocked up with goodies for right now. So we can grab some more copper. So that's going to be probably our hold up here. Copper, iron to an extent. And then let's get some coal in here. And let's get some more coal in all of this iron. Because sure, it's about out. Okay, so we've kind of got a start going here. And I think we're getting there. I'm going to call it for tonight. Plan for the next stream will be, I should have saved a little bit of that for this guy, but that's alright. Put that in there. Okay, so again, I'm not going to play this outside of the stream at all. Oh, are we have mined up all of... Wow, okay. Let's actually, that's not a bad thing. Let's move these guys. To there, and oh, I have plenty. Okay. Where are you? There. Okay, so the plan probably for our next stream will be something to the effect of continuing to kind of get our starter base going here. Sorry, I'm just trying to kind of get rid of some of this stuff. So, and start on our smelters. So we're probably going to want to do, I don't know for sure. You know, I've watched other guys do mega bases, and smelting can range from 4 lanes of both iron and copper with maybe 1 full lane of steel to much more than that. I think that what I might go with is 6 lanes of iron, 2 full lanes of copper, and 2 lanes of steel, just to kind of get us going. So we're going to need to start laying that out and working on getting ramped up to do that. So, gosh, man, I don't even know what we want to do. Electronics leads to like a lot of other stuff, I think, including electric energy distribution. The next thing that we're going to have to start thinking about is power. What type of power are we going to go with? I know that there's nuclear power in the game now. I don't have really any experience with that. Maybe a little bit. I think I did a little when it first came out, but I don't even know if I did anything on my own or if I just laid down a blueprint that somebody else came up with. Would like to try to figure stuff out on my own, and not rely a whole lot on stuff that other people have done before me. So I know there's nuclear, which could generate a large amount of power using uranium ore. And I know that there's processes to make getting the fuel cells easier. Covrex enrichment process, I think, sounds familiar in my brain for some reason. So there's nuclear power, and then there's solar power, which I believe is very efficient on your system, but takes up a massive amount of space and, you know, doesn't generate a ton of power. And you also have the issue of nighttime not generating, solar cells don't work at night. And then, of course, our third option is steam. If we were to go with solar, we would probably want to supplement solar with steam. Now, again, steam, you have to feed it fuel. And, of course, you have to feed nuclear fuel as well. But steam can really suck up a lot of your coal resources, I think. Particularly once you are needing to generate a ton of power. Of course, our next option with solar is not necessarily that it needs fuel, which it doesn't. It just needs daylight, basically. But that it takes, you need so much of it that you're using a lot of your resources to generate your power. So we're gonna have to decide how we want to approach the power situation. We'll probably do a majority of our starter base, if not all of it, on just steam power. Steam is super quick and easy to set up. The footprint is not huge for the amount of power that you get. You can basically copy and paste, one setup right next to another, and just make sure you're keeping a good supply of coal. So I think for starter base purposes, that will go with Steam primarily. So next stream, we'll set the goal of getting our smelting set up. We may not get all 6 lines of iron set up. We obviously don't have enough iron right here in the starter area to even do 6 lines. I don't even know if we have enough to do 2 here. So we're gonna relatively quickly we're gonna have to go out and find a good source of iron. Hopefully there's one close enough that we can belt it in, because obviously we are not ready for trades. Trades aren't really far away, but you can't. You still have to get through that early phase of the game. And primarily I know that just from watching other people do this. So let's plan on starting to get some lines of smelting set up next time around, and hopefully we'll find some resources. As a matter of fact, we will take the next 5 or 10 minutes to walk around the map a little bit and see, because despite my doing the previews of the maps, I generated this one without previewing it, and decided that as punishment for not previewing it, that this would be our map. So we don't know what we're getting out of this map. If you go back and watch the first part of the stream, I was generating maps and I misclicked and hit the wrong button and decided, you know what, you messed up, now you gotta live with it. So I did see there that we had some coal up here in this area right here. So, and it looks like it's we got a nice big patch of coal here that we're going to be able to grab resources from. And for those of you that are late to the party, no biters. It's not really what I'm trying. Doesn't really fit with what I'm trying to do with this playthrough of Factorio. So iron. This map. Well, good. There's oil. Good oil. Good starting oil. A good 10, 12. It's like about 20 patch of oil there. Really nice. So more iron down here. That's good. Again, I hate that it's right up against the water like that. I'd like to have just a big open field of iron. But you can't always get what you want. And we'll just take another minute or two here to see what we will see. Looks like a little bit more copper down here. Not a huge amount. Let's go ahead and get started on. I'm gonna grab this. Can't do that yet. Yeah, let's get lights. That way we can brighten things up a bit. The stream. Tell you, man, I would really. It looks like we've got little bit more oil. Boy, not much. Is it just that one little patch? Oh, there's 3. Okay. And if you're here for the next stream, I'll reveal the formation or how I got my character's name, because I agree 100% it's retarded. But there is a story. So remind me, because I'll forget if you're back and you're here. Remind me and I'll tell you the story. Because it's not to give away the ending, but it's not the coolest story in the world, but there is a reason why I have the name that I have. So I'll let you know that reason the next time I stream. So it doesn't look like, boy, iron is going to be an issue. I could tell already. Oh, well, there's our uranium. So having uranium that close where we can get started on enrichment relatively quickly is interesting. We're going to go ahead and get steel up and going, because we can at least get started with our steel smelter and stuff. And there's just not much here. We'll have to maybe build a car or something once we get to that tech, so that we can explore a little bit easier. But again, it does look like iron's going to be a slight issue. Just a little bit disappointing. Some of the maps that we had looked at were really nice, and then of course the one we didn't generate a preview for, we kind of screwed ourselves over. So we'll deal with it when the time comes. Again, the long-term purpose is to do trains and outposting, and I'll kind of talk a little bit about what my plan is when we get to the mega base stage. Again, it's going to be five rockets, or 5,000 science per minute is going to be our goal. So I'm looking forward to trying it, because I've never gotten to that point in the game. There's been a couple of times previously that I busted the game out and kind of gotten all the way through the starter phase, ready to progress to building the mega base style, and for whatever reason just never got there. So, but again, it's been a year, give or take, since I've really played. So we're going to find out. We're going to find out if we can get there. Now, I make no promises, but that's the long-term goal. Let's go ahead and come down here and empty out these, at least one side of this iron, and dump it in here. Can I have, yeah, let's get the copper in there. It's probably more important for now. So let me have you. Let's put you, there we go. Why are you so slow? Do we have enough stuff to make? I haven't got to that point. Okay. So one last time we'll grab our coal. This chest is probably full. Well, it's close. Go ahead and dump that in there. Oh, this guy's probably empty. I'm really disappointed in the resource richness here in the starter base. I thought the settings that we had would have made it a little bit better than this, but that's okay. We'll deal with it. Looks like this guy's empty. So, but we should be good once we get started with our smelters. We won't even need these early guys anymore. So there we go, guys. There's the start of our base. We'll need to start planning for smelters, and we'll talk about the general idea that I have for the base, as well as a few other topics. Thank you guys for watching that are here. Like I said, I'm new at the streaming thing, and I also haven't played Factorio in a while, so I appreciate your patience and understanding for any foolish mistakes that I make, and hopefully I'll get better and better at this as time goes on. So thanks for watching, and we will talk to you guys next time.